inside. You're trying to concentrate on the line and the cars directly in front of you and on the side of you, Scott. How disconcerting is it? Or is it reassuring to hear that bark in your headset?
Well, you know the other guy's there if you can visibly see him, Jack. And when you're on the bottom, like we were watching with Giafone, no doubt that he can see who's on top of him. The key thing, though, is that you want to make sure the car's not going to slide out from underneath you and clip the car beside you, maybe take you both out. And inversely, the guy on the top is making sure that the guy on the bottom is staying right on his line, that you two aren't going to touch in the exit of the turn, which is where both the cars sort of want to slide towards the wall.
I guess what I'm wondering is, do you ever key the mic back to your spotter and say, I know he's there?
Oh, I bet you there's sometimes you want to say some choice things, but, you know, those guys are your eyes and ears, and they're there to help you, and they certainly do.
Gil de Ferran closes just slightly in on Giafone as the run continues. And we'll be back after this and a word from our ABC station. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television. This is the Indy Racing League in Kansas City, and Sam Hornish Jr. just got around Dare, moved into second behind Scheckter. Scheckter, who ran a lap at 220 miles an hour just a moment ago. Now he's dropped that pace down to a mere 2:18. Look who's the quickest all the way through the fastest laps of the day.
Paul, let me interrupt you for one moment. All of a sudden, Schecter's day is going awry. He's reported in a severe vibration on the car. They want to nurse it along for 9 more laps, but it doesn't look as if he's going to make it. They're pulling him onto pit road right now as we speak.
He stays there. See when he's going to dial down for the pit road, if that's his plan this time out. Hot down the backstretch. Vibration. Could have picked up some rubber off the track.
Absolutely, Paul. Correct in that, because what ends up happening, sometimes the rubber off the tires get off and go off to the high side and create marbles, as we call it. And he's been doing such great lines, high, low, wherever he wants. Maybe he has picked up some debris, some rubber on those tires, and it just puts them out of balance a little bit. A driver can feel that very easily, especially when the car's going 220 miles an hour.
You know what, Scott? That may indeed be what occurred, because now all of a sudden he's radioed in and said, let's see if we can go to our scheduled pit stop in approximately 11 more laps.
Scheckter remains out. This battle continues to be great. It's a fight for fifth. That's Giafone, 21 car in front. Gil de Ferran right behind him.
Clear by 3.
And Richie Hearn. We haven't said much about Richie today, but he had a great qualifying. He's been giving that car a marvelous ride.
He has, Paul. That car is a BG product sponsored vehicle now, I think, for the remainder of the year. And they've got those engines there from Speedway, and they've done a great job this weekend. And certainly, he has an opportunity to finish up front.
You're watching the Indy Racing League. Racing on a 1.5 mile oval at Kansas City. The league history, 10 times the margin of victory on a 1.5 mile oval has been well less than 1 second.
Paul, quick update. One of the Infinity drivers, Robbie Buell, they worked on his car for a long time. Thought possibly they dropped a cylinder. They finally gave up the battle. Buell is already headed to a cold, cool place, if there is such a thing at this racetrack.
Also, Mark Dismore, you saw heading in early, is back out under power, but obviously he's given away a considerable distance with a very long time in the pits, 34 laps, but they did get it going. Again, shades of Helio Castroneves a week ago at Richmond. He spent 147 laps in the pits, but by doing that, he maintained the points lead by the slimmest of margins.
A great move by the Penske team, as you mentioned, Paul. He gained 5 points, but left Richmond 3 points in the lead over his teammate, Gil de Ferran.
And guys, earlier today in our IRL Today show, we heard Roger Penske allude to that effort. He said they learned something from the Panther team of Sam Hornish and Nazareth. When they went behind the wall, completed repairs, came back and got some points. So the learning curve is escalating for Team Penske, even though they're setting a new standard. Their drivers 1 and 2 in the championship points.
And Gary, 3 laps from now, your leader will come on to pit road for what he hopes will be his final stop of the day.
Oh, look at this. It's Richie Hearn. Comes down on the inside. And finally is around Castroneves. Giafone. DeFerrin. They're all.
Yeah, the heat's getting us all up here.
I'm in air conditioning. 150 laps complete. 50 to go. Scheckter's slowing down for his stop. He also slowed down the last lap, ran it at 214 miles an hour.
This is the magic number, Paul. They wanted to get to 150. They've accomplished that. And now Thomas Scheckter needs some peace of mind. Needs to solve this vibration problem. Owen Snyder seems to think that it may be some rubber buildup on the Firestone Firehawks. Crew goes to work. They're methodical. Taking a full load, 35 gallons of methanol.
At this distance, we couldn't see anything on him. Still holds the car. Now he goes.
And I'm standing right down here, Paul, and no changes were made. We look at the tires real quick, and they look pretty good as well.
Well, Jack, that leads to a couple of other things the drivers go through his mind. Is it possibly something with a drive line, like a CV joint? There's maybe something going on inside the transmission, maybe something even with the engine. But he'll soon find that answer out by getting up to speed. He's got new tires on, obviously. It will not be those.
Well, Scott, we have found the problem. It actually is on the inside of the rear tire. Here's how good these Firestone Firehawks are. Do you see this? This is the cord. We have run these tires right down to the cord, and yet the Red Bull Infinity team was able to stay out front and lead this race. What a testimony to these tires.
Is that running it down, Jack, or is that a cut?
It actually was run right down on the edge of the shoulder.
That's impressive.
It's impressive, and I guarantee you that all the other teams up and down pit lane right now know that, because they usually watch the ABC feed in their pit box.
And that includes Sam Hornich's crew. We watched with them.
Hornich assumes the lead as Scheckter goes in. Scheckter, by the way, comes out in 16th, a lap behind the race. That green flag stop costing him. So it's Hornich, Starre, Unser Jr., Giafone, DeFerrin, and Richie Hearn. We'll be back with more from Kansas City. Welcome back to Kansas City. Sam Hornich Jr. picked up the lead. Now he is in for service. Down onto the pit road. Firestone telemetry shows us as the speed bleeds off.
Zero fuel halfway down.
He makes the speed limit.
Behind us, running across pit lane. Be careful. You got it. See it there?
Here's Hornish on the mark. Peter Perrin and the Giafone crew are going to wait another lap to clear the space. Rears go on cleanly. Hornish rolling. We got him at 11 seconds.
You're clear behind.
Unser Jr. picked up the lead. We'll see where Hornich comes back in. Now we're looking at Scheckter and see where he's going to end up relative to the leaders and relative to the lap. Hornich lost a lap as well, so got to consider that if everybody is forced through a green stop, there's Hornich well ahead of Scheckter coming out. If everybody is forced to a green stop, then all these guys come back onto the same lap together.
Paul, it will cycle itself through, and then the tale will be told about who had the fastest in lap, who had the fastest out lap, and the fastest pit stop.
Giafone in. Firestone race cams.
They had that problem on the right rear with a miscommunication on the early stop. Everything looks flawless this time. Oh, no! He started to roll. They didn't disengage. Now they disengage. Now he lost maybe 2-3 seconds on that stop.
Even with that, it ran only to 13 seconds. Here is Castroneves on the pit road. Again, for the first time today, in what's been an accident-free race, we've had cautions for debris, and these are the first green flag stops we've seen. Wow. Whoa, how's that for a stop?
That's a fast stop, and that's exactly what the drivers want. Here comes Scott Sharp. You saw him throwing off a tear-off, which is a visor strip in front of his visor, which always gets dirty.
And Scott, they are going to go with what is recommended by Firestone, scuffed tires. Meaning they have a couple of laps to go. He is out in the race, and in his wake comes the man that was leading until his pit stop, Al Unser Jr. In contrast, they are electing to go with sticker tires. the box thinking, but it's a quick stop, a short period of fuel, and he's out the way.
Another great stop, 8.5 seconds for Unser Jr. But it certainly looks like if they keep at this rate, that we're going to see Hornish pick up the lead, and everybody gets their lap back because of the green stop. There goes Hornish, and that should be the lead.
Now the tires are cold on Allinger Jr.'s car. He's got to get himself back up to speed, and he has his sights now set on Hornish, which is directly in front of him. Possibly no stops to the end of the race.
He's still trying to bring those tires up to speed and temperature, and Scheckter goes by. Scheckter now to second. Only about a second and a half behind Hornish. 168 laps now complete in the Kansas City Indy 200 on ABC Sports Championship Television. Welcome back. You ride with Sam Hornish Jr. heading for the closing lap and leading the run. Scheckter closing in though, and Hornish has got traffic.
Hearing the information from Andy Brown coming through to Sam, letting him know what's going on, not only in front of him, but also behind him, as we see Thomas Scheckter starting to close the gap. Sam's job now is to actually read the traffic in front of him, hopefully pick a spot to pass. Pancho Carter letting Sam know he's on the high side.
Outside, still there.
Looks like it's going to work. He's watched Scheckter now. He's going to get that draft going up through there where those cars are directly in front of him. He chose the right lane.
So Scheckter back in front. Unser Jr. now behind Hornish, and traffic is still the issue.
1.5 mile tracks. You look how fast these guys are going, 215, and we've seen 220 miles an hour by Thomas Scheckter. You think about that, and some guys that are having problems might only be running at 200. The closing rate, as we're seeing right here, right now, is so hard, the driver has to make sure he makes the right choice to go around the traffic in front of him, or he'll lose positions for sure. They're stuck now. You've got these 3 guys in front of them. Let's ride along and listen to some throttle. Fighting the throttle, fighting the steering wheel, and that dirty air from the cars in front.
At Kansas Speedway, the Kansas City Indy 200 Indy Racing League. I'm Paul Page with Scott Goodyear and Bob Jenkins. We're up top. We're in the air conditioning. Down in the blistering heat, Jack Arute and Gary Gerould. Sam Hornish is trying to chase down Thomas Scheckter in the closing laps now of this run. That's Scheckter there, the Red Bull number 52. And you're on board the Pennzoil Panther number 4 of Sam Hornish Jr. It's that close, and there's plenty of traffic to try and figure out.
Paul, both these guys are having a problem getting past these guys in front. Now, don't forget, the guys in front are also fighting for position. Oh, out of the
yeah. You go here, I'll try it. Nope, I'm going there.
Just think about this, Paul. 215, 220 miles an hour. These guys are dicing wheel to wheel, 6 inches away from each other.
If they have patience, it may be gone away. Side by side, Scheckter and Hornish.
Try and get 12 car to go low. Try to, no guaranteed.
And here comes Scheckter as Hornish slows down.
No one looking inside.
He gets high and has to get back out of it.
Paul, that was a big-time lift off the throttle. Either something went away in the car, or he got some real dirty air, but he's been working well in traffic, so maybe he's got a problem developing.
Brings Unser Jr. with that move up to second. Scheckter still in traffic.
And if Sam's heart rate wasn't going fast before, it probably did after that, coming so close to the wall. Don't forget, 3rd in the championship right now. He's here to get points.
Inside.
Scheckter looks high. Raul Boycel's taking over that ride for Bradley Motorsports, driving for Buzz Calkins. And he's been a factor up in this one.
Inside there. Inside.
You see Jeff Ward in the number 9 target car from time to time. He's 2 laps down.
What a driver wishes that the driver in front would do for him when he's 2 laps down is give him a little bit of space, move out of the way, let him through. These drivers remember things, and sometimes paybacks come back for you later in the season.
Scott, let's update you on the fuel consumption situation for your leader, Thomas Scheckter. We've been saying all season the Infinities swallowed fuel at an alarming rate. With just a handful of laps left, the telemetry reads 13.5 gallons of methanol left on board. I'm not a math major. Can he make the distance?
That is going to be very close because you figure probably 4 laps for 5 gallons. He might hope that he has to get off the throttle in traffic a little bit right now.
Now Hornets works high on Billy Boat. Remember, that's a new Infinity engine. Billy Boat was able to switch over to them. We do want to say congratulations to Bob and Annie Goodrich. Bob, our motor racing producer at Indy and heads up our motor racing program. Ashley was born yesterday afternoon to that fine couple. 9 pounds, 1 ounce, 21 inches. Ashley, when you listen to this tape years from now, listen to your mom. Do what she says. Your dad, that's up to you. Scheckter out by only half a second. Hornish doing everything he can after 3 rounds of play. Robert Allenby, the lead in the Advil Western Open. Don't miss final round coverage coming up next right here on ABC Sports Championship Television. Now Hornish has a clear shot at Scheckter. And does Scheckter have enough fuel?
That is going to be the question, and only those guys know for sure, Paul.
He is now second, 0.8 of a second behind.
11.9 gallons with 12 laps to go for your leader.
Oh, I don't think so.
That's probably right on the line.
Do they even bother to tell Thomas?
They haven't yet.
I wouldn't.
Now, guys, Thomas can pull up on his dashboard that's on his steering wheel. He can go through there and find the page that has fuel consumed. He knows how much fuel goes into the car, 35 gallons on a pit stop. He knows how much is left in the tank. He can probably figure it out for himself exactly how much fuel he's used, how much fuel he has left in the tank, whether or not he might make it.
Would you call up that page, Scott Goodyear, if you
No.
were in his position?
Well, you know, if you were in 5th gear and you needed 6 to maybe save a little fuel, you might just do that, but when you've got Hornish and others breathing down
Unser
your back.
Jr. pulls off.
What broke?
He had dropped the 3rd.
Let's get that other stack. It looks, and the transmission.
Transmission. See the show of oil at the back of the car.
Well, and there again, a veteran driver getting... Oh!
Oh! Scheckter!
So close to the win again.
Oh. First yeah, I'm incredulous too. First accident of the day, and it's the leader, Thomas Scheckter. With 10 laps to go, the car very light on fuel, into the wall, Hornish picks up the lead.
Well, maybe a few things might have happened there, Paul. You don't know whether or not there was a little bit of oil from Allen's Jr.'s car on the racetrack, and possibly he just got on top of that and it took him out and put him for a ride.
Well, certainly Junior's car was leaking something. If he said it was gearbox, then you assume it's a slightly heavier lubricant out of the gearbox, heavier and very slick.
And here we go. We're going to watch Thomas. He's down, coming down towards the apex. Car's going up, and the back end just comes out from underneath him. And I got to tell you, it doesn't look like anything the driver's doing there, but possibly might have been a little bit of fluid on the track.
Well, Scott, the report to Thomas Scheckter to Owen Snyder was that a right rear tire went soft without any warning.
Something a driver has no control over. Look at the tire right there. He's off the rim.
Now,
Such
Thomas
disappointment.
Scheckter out of the car. Wow.
You know, early on we talked about him grading himself as an F. Well, today I think you have to give him an A or an A+.
Gary Gerald.
Al Unser Jr. out of the car trying to cool down in the water. We heard it was a transmission problem on the radio. How tough are these conditions today, Junior?
It's hot out there, no doubt about it. You know, I just want to thank the guys. They gave me super stops all day. And so it's tough.
You've had such a good run of momentum lately with solid finishes. Did you think you had the car to be right there and challenge again today?
Everything except for Schechter. Yep, he's flying.
And he just took himself out because he spun and hit the wall. Thanks.
Thomas Schechter led 101 laps today. Ran a lap at over 220 miles an hour. We'll be back after this word from our ABC stations. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television.
Just 6 laps to go. We're under caution. The leader, Thomas Schechter, crashes with 9 laps to go. The lead now held by Sam Hornish. We'll finish it in just a moment. First, let's look ahead to the 2003 Indy Racing League schedule that was announced here earlier this weekend. We begin the season March 2nd at Homestead, Miami. Motegi, Japan, April 13th is the addition to the schedule this year. There are 16 races on the calendar. The second half of the year has Nazareth, which this year was in the springtime. Nazareth will run on August 24th. And also Fontana, California, which was in the springtime this year, moves to September 21st. We'll wrap it up in October at Fort Worth. The Infinity Pro Series made its debut here this weekend. That is Anthony Foyt the fourth, A.J. Foyt the fourth from the pole position, and he takes the win in impressive fashion. A.J. Foyt the fourth beat Jason Priestley, Corey Witherill, Mike Koss, and Ed Carpenter. Great, exciting race and the debut for the Infinity Pro Series. Paul?
Oh, Bob, they are wheeling and dealing. They were going to start here, but Hornish got well out in front, and they put the yellow out, starting 197th lap. But they were wheeling and dealing both.
Put those other 2 cars back ahead of him.
They were trying to figure out how to get slower traffic that was separating the leader from Dare and the rest out of the way. Well, now what are they going to do? They're going to let that traffic stay out of the way on this?
Put those 2 cars back or
No,
not?
Paul, I'm not really too sure. I think there's a
Yeah,
question
they're
mark
working
here.
on it
They're,
right now. They're putting the
you can hear they're going to try and put the 2 lap cars back in between Sam and Dare, so Dare does not have an advantage.
It's got a deal had been cut between those 2 lap cars and Ayrton Dare's team with the spotter saying that those 2 lap cars would pull to the inside and give Dare a clear shot at Hornish.
And the reason,
Green is out. Here we go.
and the reason for no start last time is because Hornish had a big jump on the start, but it's an even pull this time.
Looking outside, looking
comes in
outside,
to challenge him.
outside.
Two
Still out there.
Chevrolet-powered
Still out
cars.
there.
In the final lap with just 3 to go, Dare's got his nose ahead. Ayrton Dare driving for A.J. Foyt ahead and now pulls away. But is Hornish playing it smart? Should maybe he be in second right here?
Well, he wants to be a little bit closer with only 2 to go, but certainly had to get out of the gas when Dare came down and took some air away from him, and right now it doesn't look like he has the legs to do it.
Elio Castroneves in third. Still has to clear some traffic. He's got Barron just ahead of him. The interval doesn't close. Ayrton Dare is running hard.
All he's doing now, Paul, is the foot is flat down on the throttle, looking in his mirror, talking to the car, but Hornish looks like he's got a little bit of a slipstream he's caught up here.
Hornish is in a great position as they head for the checkered flag through turn 3. Through turn 4 now. Dare's holding him. Hornish going to try to cut the triangle. Oh, no! He doesn't get it done. Dare and A.J. Foyt take the win at Kansas City. The first career win for Ayrton Dare. And A.J.'s first since the 99 Indy 500. Wow, he just stayed with it all day and was there at the right time. And when he got Hornish, that was pretty amazing.
Nice slipstream right off the start, Paul.
So Ayrton Dare.
Welcome back to Kansas Speedway, where the checkered flag has fallen for Ayrton Dare. He is the third first-time IRL winner in the last 4 races. He took the lead from Sam Hornish Jr. with 3 laps to go and went on to victory. Castro Neves finishes third, followed by Giafone, then DeFerrin. Scott Sharp and Buddy Lazier were the final 2 drivers on the lead lap. Alex Barron was a lap down in 8th position at the end. There you see the rest of the rundown with Billy Vogt and his first drive with the Infiniti engine, finishing in 9th position. Thomas Scheckter was in the lead with 9 laps to go. He crashed over in turn number 2. Al Unser Jr. was also a late exit from the race after he led 29 laps of this event. An incredible finish. Here's Jack in victory lane.
And Bob, the man that changed the right front tire is the winner of the Infiniti Pro Series race, A.J. Foyt IV. The owner, A.J. Foyt. Should I call you A.J. Foyt V, Ayrton Dare?
Well, I'm Anthony too. You know, my second name is Anthony, so I'm part of the family already.
Let's talk for a moment to the both of you about that finish. You guys were in the hunt all day, just lurking there towards the front. A.J., at the end there, you really get this guy, and you said, go get him.
Well, both of them, you know, I said go get him, and, you know, this is where I won my first major race in '57, and I'm so proud of both of them because they drove a hell of a race, and both of them did good. And Anthony said, Pops, when I left the press deal, do I have to change the right front for Ayrton? I said, you sure do. Get your other uniform on. Just because you won don't mean you're going to quit working.
First career victory for you, Ayrton Dare. Can you describe the feeling? It's been a long time coming.
That's great. I thought I was a little bit disappointed with the crash in the end. I thought I wouldn't be able to get a restart, and then we did a great job. He did a great job calling the green, you know. Car was great, and then I went through the gears. Everything was working perfect. Went on the outside of Hornish, and that was it, you know. So pretty happy and proud of Team Harris and AJ, you know. Without these 2 guys here, I wouldn't be able to be here.
You always need a pair when you're running the Harris car.
That's right.
Gary?
Well, in contrast to the jubilation of A.J. Foyt and his team, John Barnes, the owner for Panther Racing, is a very disgruntled man right now. What's the contention here, John, about what happened on that restart, and why are you angry?
Well, the first thing is that we thought the first start was okay. And then the second start, they didn't tell us it was going to go green next time by. Sam radioed in on the radio twice. He's going down the back straightaway. Is this going to be a restart? Usually race control say it's going to go green next time by. They did not do that.
But don't they usually
left him hanging down there in turn 4? I mean, just doesn't make sense.
But isn't this a situation where your driver should have anticipated they'd be going green, John?
No, I mean, we listened to them to tell us what to do. First off, he thought he had a good start the first time. Then they're waiting for the rest of the guys to pack up behind him and get straightened out. Then the green flag. Then we're waiting for race control to tell us what to do.
Very unhappy up here, Bob, undoubtedly.
Well, John Barnes is not happy with the way things have happened here, but Ayrton Dare has taken the checkered flag, and with that win, he moves up 2 positions in the point standings to 5th. But look, less than 50 points separate the top 4 in the point standings, with Sam Hornish Jr., who finished second here a few minutes ago, now within 19 of the leader, who remains Helio Castro Neves. We'll be right back.